afternoon, everyone. I'm Jisha, Assistant Professor, Department of English from E-Content Development Center, Majlis Arts and Science College, Puramannur. Today, we are dealing with the topic speaking skills. The objectives of doing this kind of class is to understand the elements of speaking and at the same time to follow an accepted kind of speaking style and to understand or to simply familiar with this normal kind of usages in speaking skills. How to develop a very creative kind of speaking skills? This is always a questioning. It's always something debating. Okay. Speaking is a fundamental skill in communication. As students, we all are very concerned or very perceptive on those term speaking skills. Because in communication, L, S, R, W, this 4 item is very mandatory. You know that L means listening, S means speaking, and R means reading, and of course the last one is speaking. Okay, L, S, R, W. According to a very prominent kind of academician, Thornbury, he tries to say that in communication, especially in speaking skills, speaking has only 2 functions. Okay, one is transactional and another one is interpersonal. Transactional simply means that we know that transaction means a kind of communication. Okay, we are communicating for goods and services. Okay, we are passing a kind of idea from one person to another. Hope it's clear. And the interpersonal communication. Interpersonal communication means we are communicating with the society, with our friends, with our family. We just want to keep a kind of communication, interpersonal communication. Okay, we are living in a world and we always want to make a kind of association with our surroundings. So interpersonal communication is something very essential. And more than that, in speaking skills, we just want to create or we just want to develop a kind of strategy, which means that in normal kind of speaking or in an informal kind of speaking, the way the language we used, it's quite different. Because as students, you all know the thing, isn't it? Has some kind of changes while we are dealing our parents or our friends or close relatives. We are using a kind of language which is quite different while we are speaking with an office situation, isn't it? Okay, then in a very polite situation, students, or not for students but for everyone, you can use a kind of words. Okay, so I'm going to deal with an enumerate kind of skills like speaking skills, especially a polite kind of manner in speaking. First one is I'm afraid. It's a kind of a polite word. I'm afraid. Just give an example. I'm afraid. I don't understand. You can say the thing to your teacher. If the teacher is taking something, you have some kind of doubt or you have something to add into it. You can simply say that I don't know. I'm afraid. I don't know. It's a polite kind of a pronouncement. Okay. Then I'm fine. It's another kind of polite way of speaking. Do you need any help? Then someone replied, no, I'm fine. With my pleasure, with pleasure, my pleasure, or some other polite kind of words. In giving opinions or preferences, we can use some kind of utterances. Okay, let's move on to what are the utterances we can simply use in speaking, especially in opinions and references. The one is, I couldn't agree with you. I couldn't agree with you more. I would disagree with the idea. I think, I believe, I suppose, I assume, from my point of view, my expression, my impression of the story or the text is. Because we are living in a very chaotic kind of a situation. We know that have lots and lots of problems around us. So we can sometimes we just want to agree with something, and at the same time we just want to disagree with something. In such occasions, you can prefer those kinds of expressions. Okay, I would disagree with the idea that what my friend said. Just like. Then encouraging and comforting. In speaking skills, have some kind of occasion we can use encouraging kind of words and at the same time confronting kind of words, because your friend or someone do a great thing, you just want to encourage them, or the man or the lady was so dull to do the thing, of course you can promote them by using encouraging words. Let's move on to some encouraging kinds of expressions. Okay, give it a try. What do you have to lose? Do the impossible. It's something impossible. No, try to do it. Do the impossible. Keep it up. Stay strong. Well done. Those are some encouraging kind of words. By getting those words from your friends or someone else, we get a kind of energy to do the thing. Then making suggestions or regrets. Okay, we may feel some kind of regrets, or we just want to say some kind of suggestions. We can use those kinds of pronouncements. I suggest or think you should. It might be better to. We or you ought to. If I were you, I would. I think we or you should. You or we could. Shall we? How about? Okay, we can continue our conversation just like this. Okay, just to suggest or giving any kind of regression or regret to some situations. Then appreciating, we can appreciate or complimenting them. If your friend wore a very gorgeous kind of look to your class, of course you can appreciate. How we can appreciate them? You can use that. You look pretty when you are wearing this outfit. It's a kind of an appreciation. Okay. Then she's marvelous on the stage. It was nice talking to you. You guessed right. Those are very appreciating or complimenting kind of expressions. And the speaking skill is very essential in telephonic communication, because we all are using so much of gadgets, especially telephones. We can have lots and lots of phone calls day by day, isn't it? In day-to-day life situation, we are calling many. Sometimes we could reach the person. Sometimes we just want to call it again, and we want to know what are the terms that we can use in a telephonic kind of communication. Okay, telephoning in English. Using telephone is something routine in our life situation, because in each and every day we are using lots and lots of gadgets, especially mobile phones and land phones, isn't it? You have lots and lots of calls day by day. So how to communicate in a telephone? This is always a kind of question to discuss. Okay, if you have an idea about the words that we just want to use at the time of telephonic conversation, you can simply follow this kind of strategies. Okay, first of all, you just want to introduce yourself, otherwise the other person may not know who is actually calling. Okay, then the introductory part will be like this. Okay, hey Arun, it's Danya calling. Hello, this is Arun calling. Hello, this is Arun from the Department of English here. Okay, it may be vary from person to person. It is vary from informal and formal communications. Then asking to speak with someone. If you want to speak to someone else, you are calling someone and you just want to call to someone else. Okay, is Arun here, please? Can I talk to your friend? Then connecting someone, you got that person to speak. and you can continue your talk like this. Just a second, I will get him. Hang on 1 second. Please hold and I will put you through to this office. Okay, 1 moment please. Then making special request. Sometimes the office or you couldn't get someone to call and you just want to plead them to get a call to or to make a call. Then that time you can use this. Could you please repeat that? Can you call me back? I have doubt again. So may I call you back? Okay. So follow these kinds of steps. I feel that to some extent we can communicate with your friends, with official, anybody in a very systematic kind of manner. Thank you.